What's going on, guys? So it's the 1st of January right now. That means that we've passed 2021. And I think there's no better time to recap the year real quickly, to see what I've done, what I've learned, and maybe inspire you to get going and maybe do the same in this new year. So the first thing that I want to kick off with is the thing that I've done the most this year was focus on personal development and personal work. I have spent a tremendous amount of time into my own projects, the projects that I felt were necessary in order to get my voice out there and get my name out there for people to recognize what I'm capable of doing. And I must say that I feel like it has worked, because right now in the month of January, I'm working on a 4-part documentary series for a Dutch television show, which is quite big for me. You know, it's a big job and it's kind of the recognition that I needed, I think, because they talked about the work that I previously made and that they really liked my style. So I think it's safe to say that all the work that I've done in 2021 is paying off in the end. So that's pretty cool to see, you know, that you have some sort of a feedback system on that. So let's quickly talk about the things that I've done this year, because everything that we've done in the beginning of the year feels sometimes so far away already because so much has happened in this year. But the first thing that I want to mention is Dark Waters, and a special thanks to my friend Max Pullman, which is a great musician and a very inspiring person, which you can see in the video I made about him. The video Dark Waters is inspired about a song that he wrote, which is called Dark Waters, but also because we shot it in November and there's a lot of water elements in that video. So we went out to the beach, we shot on the beach in the water surfing, but also we went into a pool and shot some underwater sequences for the film. So that's why I called it Dark Waters. But this was, I think, the first project that I truly spent a lot of time on. It was not only because I felt Max deserved it, because his story was cool enough to, you know, spend the time on, but also because I thought there was something to show here, you know, because we had such moody weather, and that's something that I really like, you know, moodiness, darkness, like, I don't know, not a dark soul or anything, but, you know, just nice. Dark, low-key lighting. So that was very easy to tell in this story. So the outcome was really nice, and I'm very happy I did that because I've got a lot of good response on that video. The second video I did was with my father, which is some macro shots of a watch, and you know, it's not really a story, but it was more like a visual representation of what my dad is doing in his daily life. That was also pretty cool to do, also because I did it again together with my buddy Frank, which also was of course there when Dark Waters was shot. Without him, all of the shit I'm doing here on YouTube and in my work life is not possible. So again, Frankie, if you're watching, thank you so much for all the support that you've given me. It's amazing, really, truly a blessing to be working with you and to, you know, grow this whole thing. Okay, enough sentimental shit. Let's continue. The third video that I'm really proud of is the one that I shot with Karen, which is called My Meditation. This actually happened really spontaneously. I saw her in the climbing gym. We got talking about climbing and outdoor stuff and filmmaking. And that's how that story kind of developed. We went out shooting for 2 days, really early in the morning. And then later we kind of developed a story, which was nice because I could focus on the clips itself, on the videos itself, without having to think about the entire story and everything that I wanted to tell. So when all of that was shot, I could focus on how I wanted to, you know, bring the story across in the edit. So that was pretty cool. Also the incredible support of Karen. She was just incredibly easy to work with. She was like, oh, do we need to record it again? Yeah, fine, no worries. I'll come to your place and we'll, you know, do the voiceover again. No worries. So that's really cool if someone is so flexible. So Karen, thank you for your trust. I think the piece is really nice. A lot of you guys liked it as well, and I sent it out to a lot of festivals. I won 2 awards, Best Documentary and Best Jury Award, I think it's called. So that's also pretty cool to see that more people are actually enjoying what you're making. You know, it's kind of like a validation thingy. Yeah, so that was that basically. You know, I shot a couple more things, for example, the 2 days on a glacier thing, but that was more of a recap of what we did on the glacier. I posted that like a month ago. I must say that I'm kind of searching for what I want to say, because it's kind of difficult to find your voice, you know, like throughout the year I can remember that I have switched between topics and things that I wanted to tell or wanted to bring up on this channel, you know. For a second I thought, okay, tutorials are not done. I'm gonna quit tutorials, I'm gonna focus on self-development and more of the Matt Diavella style because I was extremely inspired by his work. I thought again and, you know, came to a conclusion that I need to stay closer to what I'm good at, that is filmmaking and teaching. So why not do tutorials if that's something that you're good at? So yeah, expect more tutorials because also honestly, tutorials are quite easy to film for me. They take half a day, maybe, you know, maybe a full day if it's a long video, but it's not as much work as a full review video of a product or a full, like, I don't know, sort of storytelling piece, because you need a lot of B-roll for that, you need to do a lot of research for that, and a tutorial is something that is in my head already. I can just spit it out on camera and usually it works out, kind of. And I just personally like to teach people things about things that things about what I'm passionate about. That's a weird sentence, but I think you know what I'm getting at. Anyway, to get back to the YouTube thing, I recorded a video about the camera that I'm shooting on right now, which is the Pocket 6K Pro, which came out, I think, around March. And that video took off. That was the first sort of hit that my channel got. That got me about 3K subscribers, which is incredible. I still think it's insane how much traction that video got. And of course, if you check back or like look up to YouTubers that are way bigger, you know, they get like 200-300K views every video. But that's not the case, and that is pretty toxic and poisonous to constantly compare yourself against. So I'm extremely grateful and happy that I have received so much positive feedback on this video. I have gotten a lot of collaborations through this video because I'm now in contact with Blackmagic Design, I'm in contact with Aperture Lighting, I'm in contact with so many other brands that support what I'm doing here. So that's pretty cool. The journey and finding your way on YouTube is extremely difficult because you put yourself out on the internet and you're pretty vulnerable, you know, I don't know, it feels kind of strange still. So that's that. I am still going to continue my YouTube journey. Right now I have 5 free days in the month of January, so I am now recording as many videos as I can to, you know, work in advance, but I am trying to create more original content, stuff that is more closer to me, maybe more, not vloggy, but more of a personal approach to things. I'm also trying to recreate my entire branding around the channel because I just don't like the thumbnails that I'm posting with text and all that shit. I just want stylish thumbnails. There's so much things that go on in my head about this whole YouTube thing. I also want to create a better LUT website, a website that, you know, I can actually build a brand upon, you know. So there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about right now and that I will hopefully work out in 2022. So the next thing that I want to say, and that is more of a piece of advice, I think, is whenever you're watching this and you're in, you know, the beginning of your career, so to say, and you don't know where to go, my main advice would be shoot personal projects. Go out there and, you know, meet new people and try to contact people that you think have a story to tell. That is exactly what I did with Max. That is exactly what I did with so many other guys that I filmed. And spend your own time into these videos. Go out there and shoot a story or shoot a spec ad if that's something that you're into. You know, there's so many things that you can do, but if you're not capable or not willing to spend the time, there's no way that people are going to recognize what you're capable of. And I mean, for a brand, it's a lot of money to hire a filmmaker, you know, so they need to do that in a sense of trust. So if they cannot trust you because you don't have to work to back it up, you're not gonna get jobs. So make sure to just keep on creating stuff and let the world know what you're doing. Post it on Instagram, do whatever so the world sees what you're doing and you stay on top of mind with all these people that are potential clients. Anyway, last piece of advice, and this is something that is pretty obvious, but you gotta work your ass off. I mean, I can't even count the hours that I put into this filmmaking career right now. I'm 3.5 or 4 years into this, and I've done so many things. You know, if you watch the previous video that I uploaded about the story of what I've done over the years, you know that I worked as a PA, I worked as an art assistant. I've done so many different things in order to get the knowledge that I have right now, and I think it's a really valuable thing because I've worked on big film sets, so I know what is possible in these situations. But also because right now I work on smaller sets only, because I'm the DP myself and I'm just not there yet, you know, in the big game. But because I know what's up on the big sets, I feel more comfortable doing what I do on smaller sets. So it's all about the hours you spend into this whole thing. So yeah, bottom line, go work your ass off, you know. Don't sit still, just go for it. It's a new year, new you. So that's about it. Hopefully this year is as successful and fun as the year of 2021. I feel like it's going to be like that. So have an amazing day. Have an amazing year. I hope you are not too hungover. And we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you for being my subscribers. Thank you for being my, online family. And we'll catch each other in the next one.